saw 50 was talking about something like that in an interview recently. I hate when I think back to that time where I was at in life.
I watched 50 saying 50 did not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than 50.
Nothing bigger, and nobody came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had.
So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Jay got all the trophies, man, because he signed that contract.
What contract?
The one with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. He started getting Grammys left and right, man.
The kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet.
Come on, and he ain't show up. He's like 20 now.
He asking you what's the science? What's today's mathematics?
Yeah. By the way, this isn't even my chain. I stole it from somebody. Yeah, I tell y'all who that was.
Uh-oh. Stealing cheese now?
Not really stealing.
Does it mean anything to you though?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, you got a lot of people who are not really happy about the fact that, my album is about to drop. They're not really happy about, Lord, give me a sign. And, we in here and, things of that nature. But you know what?
Eminem is stirring the pot again, and this time he's coming straight for Jay-Z and Beyoncé, with no filter. He's not just backing up 50 Cent in his ongoing beef with the Carters, he's going way deeper. M is spilling that Jay and Bey didn't just ignore other artists they allegedly destroyed careers behind the scenes. Let's not forget Eminem already clashed with Jay-Z back when Jay tried to block 50 Cent from performing at the Super Bowl. That didn't sit right with him, and now he's speaking out, more than ever.
Nah, he come out on the same weekend.
Like, I used to have questions like why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop it.
When is shit coming out? My shit coming out.
I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on time.
Why you do that, man? I be saying that I do whatever the fuck I want to do, and they be looking at me like I'm grimy for doing that. They be super quiet doing some real good.
He's calling out the shady power plays in the industry, saying some A-listers play real dirty just to stay on top. According to him, they crush anyone who dares to shine too bright. And when it comes to Jay and Beyoncé, the list of careers they allegedly ruined is wild. We're talking about legendary names Big L, DMX, Aaliyah, all gone too soon, but there are others who didn't die. They just disappeared from the spotlight with no warning. Folks like Amiri and Carrie Hilson vanished right when they were heating up, and some people are pointing fingers at the Carters.
A statement, you posted a picture, but that video with Marshall and Haley.
This is so crazy. There was points that we was receiving wow offers. Like they'll go, 50 Cent Eminem, this is up for tour opportunities. He would go, nah, I just don't want to go and come back and she's gone. I don't want to miss my daughter, man. Right, and I'm like, yo, because I was like, you didn't hear how much money they just had? Why do you want to stay here? I didn't understand it when he was saying it, but then later, like, I went to a wedding, and I'm like, yo, now I get it. Because that was fast, bro. Marshall's a grandfather. That's the part I was dealing with, because I'm like, I'm old as hell. Like, what the hell happened to me? I'm still in the gym. It just hurts a little bit. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still there. I'm looking going, what the hell happened? Man.
So why are big names like Eminem and 50 suddenly going public with all this? Is the Carter empire finally starting to fall apart? What's really going on behind those closed doors, and how many artists got blackballed in the process? Eminem might not be the loudest on social media like 50 Cent, but don't get it twisted when he speaks, it hits hard. And he's got no love for artists who step on others just to stay at the top. And yes, that definitely includes Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
But they keep showing up next to things that I don't know with. That's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. You show up around me. So, I mean, you don't forget music, because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a keep being around, when you come around, how your antennas go. So he in a position where he might feel like he's there, but he ain't there.
For Eminem, this ain't just some music biz drama. It's personal. See, 50 Cent isn't just a homie to M, that's his brother for life. They go way back and their bond runs deep. 50 even admitted he got emotional and cried at Eminem's daughter, Haley's wedding last year. That's real love now. When it comes to Jay-Z and 50, their beef has been cooking for years, and it's still sizzling with no signs of cooling down. And knowing how loyal M is, it's not hard to figure out that he's probably not sending Jay any Christmas cards either. 50's always said it straight. If you ride with my enemies, you are my enemy. Simple as that.
Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You start looking at that's not mine. That's theirs. They hard, right? But when you look at M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself. Like I'm a shady actor now. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so much G in it, Junior Records.
Right.
They forget that I'm M and Dre.
M and Jay dropped a few tracks together back in the early 2000s, but that energy changed real fast. Once M found out Jay had allegedly been sneaking around, throwing shade, and trying to mess with 50's career from the shadows. Then came 2023 when 50 finally aired it all out. He called Jay-Z out publicly, saying Jay tried to use his NFL pull to block 50 from hitting the Super Bowl stage. But here's the twist. Jay's plan flopped. Eminem wasn't having it. According to 50, M stepped in and made it crystal clear to the NFL, no 50, no Eminem, period.
Few Grammys, but you feel like you had to sell your soul to get them. And you didn't know if you wanted it for the recognition or the trophies, but then what's the difference? You know, and that Grammys pretty much suck the blood of artists and nominate them, have them come to the shows. And
which they do. They do it every year. Yeah, and I'm just tired of seeing it. And for whatever reason, it's like they're always pitching this hint that you might win album of the year, which used to be a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal now. 50, same. 50 did not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than 50.
Nothing bigger, and nobody since maybe like Snoop came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had. And then he doesn't get it. And then I get up there another year, and what was it, the Eminem show? And it was like, whatever. I'm fine if I lose to Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that. I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following, and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't get us all here to use your selling point for your show and stiff everybody every single time. And I said, after that point in time, I was like, don't ever ask me to here again. Please do not ask me. My answer is no for 100 million years. Never again will I
consider, joining the board and maybe you have a vote in it.
First of all, that vote is fake. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings. This got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records. Like, it ain't about always what you sell. I get that. Vanilla Ice, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there comes a point where when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to Lada Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. Sound like Lada Dottie.
Started to receive the 16 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things they would. Later, to me, I didn't care about trophies. That's how
when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. Wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had
And
one.
he didn't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on.
You're not wrong.
He was one. At the same time, he started drinking. His pictures with him like, it's the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the big.
Jay got.
Oh, wow. So that's the deal.
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did. That's why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing with the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was doing like,
yeah, go ahead.
He was doing some wild because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me. And I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance? Right? Makes no sense. You know what I mean?
I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says "oh boy" for the audience that I'm talking about Jay-Z. This was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened. Possibly.
Not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from. Like our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like what are we competing for? What's the goal? Like this even like a lot of this, even a lot of the competitive stuff, or what we would call it beef, right? It changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment.
Right.
When before that they called it bad blood in our culture.
Right.
Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. So when you're not competing for those things anymore, you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what
Jay-Z got with Beyoncé. He was reportedly obsessed with Aaliyah. According to Dame Dash, Jay was chasing Aaliyah hard, but she wasn't feeling him like that. Then out of nowhere, Beyoncé entered the picture and everything changed. You wanna hold the magazine? I just shout out Juicy Mag. Jay and Bey went public with their relationship in 2001, just months after Aaliyah's tragic and mysterious plane crash in the Bahamas. Fans still raise eyebrows about the timing because it's just too close. But even after Aaliyah was gone, Beyoncé's alleged campaign to push aside the competition didn't stop there. Once she left Destiny's Child and locked in with Jay-Z, more whispers started flying. Word is Beyoncé snatched hit producer Rich Harrison away from a Marie, another rising star who was gaining serious attention. It's the price you pay. You know when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder and they make threats. And those threats are huge ones. And you know what I mean? You don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel like I had a choice. It was do this or this. If you remember Amory's 2005 smash One Thing, that track had serious heat and many say it was the blueprint for Beyoncé's Crazy in Love. And then there was the whole messy situation with Carrie Hilson. One of the most talked about feuds in Beyoncé's history, it all started when Carrie allegedly dropped a diss track aimed at Beyoncé, but here's the twist: Carrie later claimed she was pressured into recording it by her own producers who were trying to stir up drama and get her canceled. Carrie denied throwing shade at first, but things got even uglier when she refused to hold a magazine that had JayZ and Beyoncé on the cover during a red carpet interview. Beyoncé and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against you. Hey, I get the threats, but you have to remember. One thing I know your deepest secrets, I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyoncé, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about that one moment sparked chaos. The Beehive swarmed her, dragging her online, and according to some reports, well, it had even got physical fans allegedly confronted her in person. And by 2020, Carrie revealed she had been receiving serious threats over the whole situation, and just when you thought it couldn't get darker, former celebrity bodyguard Uncle Ron, who passed away last November from pneumonia, also spoke up before his death. He claimed Beyoncé and Jay-Z deliberately sabotaged artists. On their way to the top, he wasn't just talking opinions, he said it like he knew the game from the inside. Let's be real. The list of artists who've allegedly been blackballed, blocked, or flat out erased by the Carters is getting way too long. To ignore, there's no way we can fit all those names in one video, and that alone says a lot. Some fans still try to wave it off as jealousy, but when major names like 50 Cent and Eminem are calling them out, this ain't just gossip anymore, it's starting to look like a straight-up pattern. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think this is all just rumor and hate, or is there some real truth hiding behind all these coincidences? Are Jay-Z and Beyoncé really out here eliminating the competition? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read them all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to see the truth, and we'll catch you in the next one. Stay tuned.